All right, guys, thank you for joining me. Appreciate it. All right. So yes, tonight is one of those rare live streams. I wasn't actually doing anything tonight. I actually had tonight off, and I figured, or rather, somebody gave me an idea to, or put the idea in my head to do a live stream tonight, and I said, why not? With all the shit going on, should be instead of watching TV, I can do this, right? So anyway, Mr. Landfill, Ozark, Little John, William, Coffee, Dobie, Flown Grown, take it to 5x5, uh, Greg Giorgio, Bunker Busters, thank you to 5x5, Coffee, Rhonda, Sarita, Visit, Witty, Valva Media, Maria, Dana, Jay, thank you to 5x5, Johnny, Deacon, JF, Kathy, thank you for the 5x5, Little John, thank you for the 5x5. All right, the other live stream on Rumble is, at least on my phone, was almost 2 minutes behind. Prep to Adapt, John 59 and Maria, thank you for the 5x5 on Rumble. Carlos, Cheap Girl, thank you for the 5x5. Master Blaster, Adam, Nomad, thank you for the 5x5. Appreciate it, guys. And Teddy, thank you for the 5x5. 1 second after. Appreciate it. Super Dave, I like watching TV shows just to fucking. But again, I was gonna sit there and watch. What am I watching now? Animal Kingdom, the show about the kids, the white kids that rob shit, and what you call it, Ellen Barkin's in it. I think I'm in the first season, and I was gonna watch an episode of that, and then Magazine Dreams with this kid in it. But yeah. Anyway. So I wasn't so much that I decided. My son's mother put the idea in my head, and she inadvertently did that. She was like, "Oh, don't you got a live stream tonight?" And I was sitting there going, "Yeah, I do." So I did it anyway. Just got an email notification. So yes, this was the last second for those of you that are like, why are you on a Wednesday night? Why not? With all of this shit going on, why not? They declared Israel in war crimes. The Watchman states they declared Israel in war crimes. I'll look that up. Brian said Animal Kingdom's a great show. I'm actually looking to watch Magazine Dreams. I'm that and Fight or Flight, excuse me, with Josh Hartnett. I was looking to watch that tonight too. But all right, let's look that up. The whole Israel war crime thing, because so much is happening. It seems like every hour on the hour, something is going down. And here's the other thing too: AI has been taking over like you wouldn't believe on X. I cannot speak for other social media platforms, but I can all but say I've seen nothing but it looks like AI involved post. So the Hundreds is a good show. I was looking to watch that too, but it's WB or Channel 11. I'm like, yeah, no. I haven't seen anything with war crimes on here. I haven't seen anything about bunker busters. Somebody posted that, but I haven't seen anything about that. I know that Trump did sign, if I'm not mistaken, he did sign a declaration to go to war with Iran, but has held off on any actions. JF Enterprise, I have no clue about gold or silver. I don't know where it is, where it isn't. I'm not sure if people are cleaning it out. I did hear a month or two ago people were buying gold like crazy. And if I'm not mistaken, it was the upper echelon people buying gold. It was being grabbed by like the boatloads. I remember somebody making a comment about that people are buying gold, or they're buying it up and getting it away from people like us. I did hear that. But yeah. Nomad said 100 is really solid. All right, I'll watch it next. After all my other bullshit that I got going on. So, let's see, where are we tonight? So there's a lot of rumors, right? There was a rumor about a radiation leak a couple days ago, but there seems to be a radiation leak actually happening now. I think it's a minor one or small, but I don't even think there's such a thing as a small radiation leak. I think a radiation leak is a radiation leak and can be bad no matter how you look at it. Did you see Cash Jordan's video 4 hours ago? Ice in Walmart. Truthful Trolls. No, I did not see Cash Jordan's video. I don't watch him anymore. The guy's a blowjob. You know, the guy, he takes one situation and blows it up. So he talks about factual shit, but he really ramps it up, or amps it up, sorry, on his channel. And it's with him, it's fear mongering. That's all it is. Dude, gold isn't for us po folks. MS Coast, that's what I was saying. That they were buying it up by the fucking droves, man. But yeah, they were what? 3,300 per ounce? What? Man. No shit. Okay, I didn't know that. All right, anyway. So, guys, just be aware that AI is taking hold of $36. Silver is at $36 per ounce. $36.86 per ounce. But yeah, so just be careful with the AI, and you'll know the fake sites because the fake sites, first of all, popped up all of a sudden. Their first post was like June 1st, and they already have 20,000 followers. And they only have like 2-3 posts on their website, their page. So you know that it's a fake site. Anybody that starts a fake page is going to have a bunch of discrepancies that you can't get around, right? And the one big note is going right on their page and seeing how many posts they have. And it's funny, the 3 posts they have, each post has like 10 to 20,000 likes. That's bullshit, right? So be aware of those AI pages that are popping up all over the internet. I mean, for Christ's sakes, on YouTube they have thousands, not hundreds, thousands of AI channels, because people are starting these AI channels, these faceless channels that they're starting, and they're horrendous. And once I pick up on a speech pattern, I turn the video off. I stop the video right in the middle, because fuck those people. That's why. And the crazy shit is, I went to a photography convention today, and they were talking about, there was a bunch of AI talk. One was AI and content creation, and the other one was AI and culling your photos. Culling meaning separating your photos, the goods from the bad, and those are the photos that you edit. And there was a lot of AI talk in that. And a lot of that is actually large language model, not so much AI, but AI is all over the place. And a lot of people are saying if you don't get with AI, if you don't start using AI, you're going to be left in the dust. Then leave my old ass in the dust. I'm sorry. Yeah, Rhonda, thank you. I'm not for AI. If my channel suffers because I don't get along with AI, then so be it. I collapse the channel. Not a big fucking to-do. I'm not going to take part of this AI race. Now, with AI and photography, there is some wiggle room in regards to when to use it. And when I mean when to use it, as far as editing files, like I like editing my files on my own, as far as like color grading and making it black or white or whatever, and that's landscape and wildlife. But when you're doing a wedding and you have like 2,000 photos to edit, that's where the AI comes in handy. But it does screw up some photos from time to time. So keep that in mind if you are a photographer and you're looking to use AI. So yeah. But anyway, just keep abreast of what's going on with the whole AI shit. Oh, speaking of which, the photography convention I went to today, I swear, I don't like photographers. I do not like photographers. I made up my mind today when I was there. Like, they're cool photographers to hang out with, and then there's these fucking pretentious assholes, especially the women with the fucking flat hat walking in there like they're the shit with their fucking low-grade Canon camera. Fuck you. And then they're walking around like they're butter, and they're like, oh, look at me. I'm like, fuck you. And then on top of that, there are a lot of weirdos at the photography conventions, not including me. There was this one chick that did that body altering shit. She had You know how they put implants in so that if they look like they have horns and shit like that? She had what looked like a lizard spine coming out of her head, like bumps, and she was all tattooed up. And I looked at her face and I was like, this fucking bitch. Teddy Roosevelt, Jason, would you follow my photography page? Teddy Roosevelt, I do it. Yeah, send me the link. Email it to me. Cavemen, no, you can't stop real photographers. That's the beauty of it. But there is AI headshots. So you take your picture, right? You take your camera, your phone, you take a picture of yourself, you put it into this app, and it brings up headshots of you. So yeah, it's fucking bullshit. Split tongue, I didn't even know. I didn't look. I didn't care to look. But there were just a lot of weirdos walking around, you know? I mean, there were some girls there that were really cute, but they were like weird, like just in the way they moved. And then there was that chick. And then you had the pretentious girls. And then you had it. Sasquatch, Bigfoot, fucking the Bonobo Chupacabra, whatever you want to call it. It was a transgender something walking through like Bigfoot, walking through, and you were like, "What is that?" And then it was a dude, but it was wearing a dress, and it was trying to disguise itself as a lady, and I was like, "Dude," you know, I mean, like it was fucking obvious. 6 o'clock shadow, fucking sitting there like, you know, tall as the fucking day is long. It was like 8 feet tall in the fucking sky, blocking out the lights as it walked by. It walked by me. I'm like, why did it get dark all of a sudden? I looked back and I was like, holy shit, it was a dude. It was a fucking horrendous thing to look at. But again, I don't know if it was trying to get pictures taking of it or what the fuck was going on, but it didn't belong there. And it was blocking everybody's light. It was fucking bullshit. Someone said, you said you like big girls. Yeah, that was fucking, ugh. It was gross. It was gross. It was two of them there trying to pass themselves off. And then the lesbian crew came walking in. They were all like hard and shit. Like, yo. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on today? Now, listen, I get it. Photography is for everyone. That is the one place where photographers can go. And it doesn't matter what walk of life you're from. We all agree on one thing, taking pictures. But some of the weirdos that were walking around, I was just like, yo, just stay in your corner. I want nothing to do with you, man. It was just bad. It was just bad. The lesbian crew that walked in, they were over the top. They were like trying to compensate for, I don't know what they were compensating for. But they were definitely compensating. I was just like, holy shit. Like today was a shit show. Yesterday, I guess I didn't notice it as much, but today was a shit show. Everybody was fucking being weird and doing their own thing. But anyway, so, all right, guys, rumors as it is, rumors are getting worse. And people are believing a lot of these rumors. And people just can't decipher what's real and what's fake. For example, if I'm not mistaken, supposedly the president of Iran was assassinated yesterday, supposedly. Again, this was on the internet, and I looked at it and I go, wait, what? What the fuck is this going on? So of course I'm like, nothing's on my phone. I go looking for it, and there was the president last year of Iran died in a helicopter crash, if I'm not mistaken, and that was suspicious, right? Then you have this new president, and then you have an Ayatollah. I didn't know that there was a fucking difference, but there is. So according to preliminary and unverified accounts circulating on social media and regional sources, former President Mohammed, whatever his name is, alongside his wife and 2 kids, have reportedly been assassinated earlier today by masked gunmen in central Tehran. No official confirmation has been issued by Iranian authorities, and the circumstances surrounding the alleged incident remain unclear. This is a developing story. That was all bullshit. That was the only, I mean, I looked at that, I was like, nobody, and then, obviously I go to Google, I Google it, and again, a president from last year passed away, or not passed away, but died in a helicopter crash, but again, and people were believing this. People are retweeting, re-Xing, I don't know what you want to call it, but they're reposting this shit that they're finding. So again, you got to be careful when you go on these websites and you see something that's scary or sounds too, like sounds real, but you got to look and dive a little deeper before you repost it and you look like an asshole. Right? Listen, I mean, it happens, right? But there's more of this right now, and this is dangerous shit that we are looking at. We're looking at AI, or people use AI to repost shit. And I think maybe AI is fucking worse, like AI itself. I think AI itself is loose and is running amok, and we're blaming people for creating these accounts. Meanwhile, it's probably AI. Do you edit and or show your natural pictures? Caveman, Angry Lensman Media or Angry Lensman Photography on Instagram, and I have an Angry Lensman channel on YouTube. I occasionally post pictures on there and some short videos on gear and equipment and shit like that. But other than that, that's where you can find me if you're looking for my photos. It's on Angry Lensman Photography on Instagram. Anyway, unconfirmed reports, there is a nuclear leak from one of the nuclear weapon facilities. Supposedly, we're also being lied to about whether or not Iran is trying to develop nuclear weapons. There is a discrepancy right now, as it is in Washington. And there are people saying that Iran was not trying to make nuclear weapons, and there are people saying that Iran was trying to make nuclear weapons. Teddy Roosevelt, no problem. After this, I'll get to it. So there's a huge problem right now with misinformation in regards of that. Are we being lied to by the United States government? And is Iran trying to develop these weapons? We don't know. I do not know anymore. I can't sit here and go, my sources said. First of all, I don't have any sources. Secondly, more importantly, who the fuck do we believe? Even your sources can get it wrong if AI is lying to them. But my chair needs AC. This fucking room needs AC, man. I should have put the fucking screen in. It is hot in here. Teddy, thank you for that. I'll get a notification on it soon. From the time you said you liked it, I'm going to time it to see if I get notification on my screen. Anyway, Trump and his cabinet are currently weighing the possibility of sending U.S. troops to Iran. That was another rumor that is turning out to be true. That started happening. This started popping up on X before it actually got out into the media. So obviously someone got that one right. Iranian state TV said, this was last night, tonight, a great surprise will occur, one that the world will remember for centuries. That was supposedly supposed to happen last night. We didn't see anything. And I am pretty sure I heard this statement late last year, around October, November. I heard this exact statement, but I couldn't remember if it was in regards to Palestine or Pakistan or one of those Muslim countries making that statement. In fact, I thought I even heard Russia make this statement before, but nothing happened. So keep that statement in the back of your head. Tonight, a great surprise will occur, one that the world will remember for centuries. Keep that in the back of your head and see if you see that popping up anywhere else on the internet. Sorry. All right. Trump and his cabinet are concurrently weighing the possibility of sending troops. I do not know why I repeated that twice. Iran is warning all Israelis to leave immediately, and that's leave Iran, saying the region may become uninhabitable in the coming days. Iran is warning Israelis to leave. Israel, excuse me. Again, that was another threat. That was about 2 days ago or a day ago, and nothing happened. Now, yes, I know some of you are going to say, well, give it some time. A lot of this, guys, is bullshit. And that's the problem. The vague threats and or warnings that we're seeing pop up all over social media sound like something from an AI program or an AI-run X, Instagram, TikTok page. Happy Juneteenth tomorrow. Please, with the Juneteenth shit, That is such an annoying day. So annoying. And people don't even get the history behind it. And when you break down the history behind it, people are like, well, it's still our day. No, it isn't. Negro, we weren't slaves. I wasn't running through the cornfields. Get to both sides and pick your cottons out. None of us did any of that shit. Somehow we're taking credit for fucking Juneteenth. Anyway, don't get me started on that shit. In a televised statement, Iranian Armed Force spokesperson Colonel Reza Sadeh urged citizens to flee, claiming underground shelters won't protect them from what is coming. This followed Israel's own evacuation order for parts of Tehran. And that was right when Israel gave, or rather, Trump gave Tehran the heads up to leave Tehran before you get bombed out of fucking, existence, whatever it was. So another one, last night, the U.S. moved a significant percentage of their Air Force towards the Middle East and repositioned a lot towards the East Coast. Today, China launched 2 military transports to Iran, or in Iran. A couple of hours ago, Trump quickly left the G7 to go to Washington to the Situation Room. Just now, China tells all of their citizens to immediately leave Israel. Again, that was yesterday. I saw that, and nothing came of it. Though, the U.S. did move their Air Force and Navy aircrafts to Saudi Arabia. The F-16s, if I'm not mistaken, were piling up in Saudi Arabia, along with other military vehicles. So they're gearing up for something. That's without a doubt. China is sending missiles, aircrafts, and drone fuel and aid to Iran against Israel. Now, supposedly, Israel and China are friends, but China is backing Iran on this. So that was about 4 or 5 days ago. It is also openly announced that it will provide support. This is China. Donald Trump approves plans to strike Iran, but has held up on striking Iran. We could see something possibly tonight, if not tomorrow. Our first involvement. The final order is on hold pending Iran's decision to abandon its nuclear program. And this came out of Wall Street Journal. I did see this on numerous media sources. So again, this can go down anywhere between today and Friday, Saturday. Before the weekend, we're going to be directly involved. Now, we are involved, right? We are supplying Israel with weapons and money and strategic locations on where to hit. We're involved in that direct, but we are not directly involved as of yet. By the end of the weekend, we will be directly involved. Iran has responded to the war threats, never surrender. So when Trump stated he wanted them to surrender, Iran's reply was pretty much go fuck yourself. We're not surrendering. So they said they would never surrender, and that was as of today. Let's see. But Ayatollah Khamenei, I said that right, just announced he will disband. So now this was another rumor where people thought this was real. I can't believe people thought this one was real. Follow me with this one. Ayatollah just announced he will disband Iran's uranium enrichment program and give up all nuclear ambitions in exchange for Trump releasing the unredacted Epstein files. There were people that actually believed this. The level of stupidity that is out there is really, really concerning. Khomeini. It's Khomeini. Neen at the end, not E. Neen. Yes, I am sitting in the worst place ever. Also, yes, they did talk about a nuclear strike in New York City. That there was an article I just vaguely glimpsed at, and I was just like, whatever, dude. I don't give a fuck. Who cares? At this point, it's going to happen or it's not. And if it does happen, it's going to be an all-out nuclear rainstorm. So nowhere you can really hide. There are places you can hide, but not fast enough for me to get off my fat ass and get there. Now, again, if I have time, I can get the family out of the city, again, within 20 minutes to a half hour. Actually, if I push, 20 minutes. And right now, with traffic being the way it is, zipping through traffic, I can get them out in no time. But if it happens during the day, I ain't going anywhere. Knights Hussein. Be on good terms with Christ. Yeah, I guess. China's in big trouble. Nasara, why do you say China's in big trouble? Because they're getting involved, or is there something else going on? Because at this point, guys, there is so much going on. The sun is acting up. Supposedly, there is talk of a solar storm like the planet has never seen. Now, I don't know what the fuck that means. I take that as, and I was talking to Prepper Revelator about this. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's going to wipe out all communication, or is that going to fry us instantaneously? Now, supposedly, the mother of all solar storms could wipe out the planet without us ever feeling anything. There is that. But supposedly, there's one that's supposed to happen within the next couple of days that could wipe out, or if not, damage communications for weeks, if not months to come. Why the fuck not? Let's just add that on top of our plate of shit that we have going on right now. You know, it would be worse than the Carrington event, Amphir. Again, that's what I was reading. It would make the Carrington event look like a walk in the park. The Canadian prepper hasn't been right for a long time. The Canadian prepper has never been right. But again, he's selling fear, and then he has a product to back it up. He's like, oh, wait, are you scared? I got tents for you. They're rain-proof tents. No shit, they're rain-proof. You know, like, it's just, that's how he is. It is what it is. It's a money grab for him. That's all it is. He doesn't give a fuck about the prepper community. He just wants to grab that money. It comes down to it, man. Anyway, Ted Cruz, this is an article now. Ted Cruz sees Iranian nuclear hit on U.S. electrical grid. Millions will die. Or be killed, however you want to look at it. So Ted Cruz is raising concern about a nuclear-armed Iran could easily kill millions of Americans with a surprise attack. First of all, I'm going to tell you something right now. There is no surprise attack with nuclear weapons. There is none. Zero. Zilch. It is a bullshit propaganda lie that's been told to us for decades. There is no such thing as a surprise attack in regards to that. Now, should they get some kind of warhead over here and shove it up their ass and get it across the fucking... Maybe. No, they really can't do that either. But, and maybe if they got it in a lead box and shipped it here, possibly. But a surprise attack from them launching a nuke from Iran all the way up in the air, air dispersal, get a high altitude dispersal, rains his EMP on us and puts us into the 18th, if not 17th century. That is bullshit. That is the worst lie we've been told forever. For anybody I know who works with telecoms or communications or radar systems and detection systems, there's no way there'll be a surprise attack. Now, if they had a supersonic missile, could that get here in a timely fashion before we could do anything about it? No, it can't, because our detection system is top notch. Everybody's detection system is top notch. On top of that, there are spies on the inside, close to the power heads, if you will, close to the power heads, that would be sending out signals or messages to let us know that shit's going down. There is no such thing as a surprise attack. And Deborah, dirty bombs, I'm not even convinced of that bullshit anymore either. After I saw what I saw during 9/11, and I saw the nonsense that was going on, no. And no, entity, I was never a bodybuilder. What is this shit? Someone said that today at the, used to be a bodybuilder. No, where the fuck did you get that idea? I can't fucking be on stage wearing a banana hammock with a fucking string crammed up my ass. I can't deal with any of that shit. And then and I can't take steroids, man. I don't like needles. People, when they try to put fucking needles in my arm, I'm like fucking tense as it is. Imagine me shooting myself up on a weekly basis on this shit. No, thank you. In some cases, monthly. Depends on what you're using and what you're shooting up with. But again, that's a different story. Don't want to get into that. All right, Cruz, who supports President Donald Trump's embrace of Israel's military campaign to stop Iran's nuclear weapon and ballistic missile program, warned that the terrorist nation could launch a simple nuclear-armed satellite. Bullshit. fly it over the East Coast, bullshit, and hit the detonation button as it passes over the electrical grid. Bullshit. Frying us with an EMP, electromagnetic pulse attack. This is the worst propaganda article I've ever seen in my life. Actually, I've seen a couple. This is one of the worst ones. This is bullshit. I'm never going to believe anything these people say. Only because, guys, the technology is contradicting what this article is saying. The you become bench 400. And again, eternity. My top bench was 385. If I kept up with it, maybe I would have reached 400. But 385 was my top bench. Where's this guy? Anyway, AP could deadlift 700 pounds. All right. Anyway. Even the okay, here we go. Here goes the bullshit. I've seen the projections. An EMP that took down the electrical grid system could result in, over time, millions of deaths in America. Cruz said on podcast. If I was on that podcast show, I'd be breaking his balls with all of the fucking lying that he's doing. Why is he pushing this propaganda? A congressional EMP commission has warned that those in the attack zone would die within a year from lack of food, healthcare, and chaos. I have had people ask me if this conflict is World War III. The short answer is no, it's not World War III. The long answer is no, it's not World War III, not yet. 9 out of 10 Americans will have died from starvation, disease, and social collapse. The United States of America ceases to exist. And this is coming from the EMP Commission report. Wow. Now, the EMP Commission report, yes, they have some things right, but a surprise attack is highly unlikely. Now, in the scenario that they have given, a warhead was snuck over here by way of a freighter in a lead box, concealing itself until it came to the United States, and then they launched it. And even then, a nuclear detection gives everybody a heads up. Now, that might be the only surprise attack that they can get away with, but even then, once a strong nuclear presence is sensed or detected, it's dealt with. But so according to this Washington Examiner post, one-day blackout could cost the lives of 574 American citizens and cost the nation $35 billion. Why did I say it that way? I'm sorry. Anyway, due to lack of emergency medical equipment powered by electricity and a result of a societal collapse or cost. The societal cost will cost just one day $35.7 billion, and 574 people would pass away. That is a speculation. That is not facts. That is not true. They're speculating 500 people. I would have thought more. I would have thought way more than 500. Whatever. So anyway, an extended blackout today could result in the death of a large fraction of the American people due to the effects of social collapse, disease, and starvation. This is from the report. Cruz correctly noted that Iran is among the countries that the Pentagon believes is planning an EMP attack. The others are Russia, China, and North Korea. Again, propaganda. Bullshit propaganda. Not North Korea, excuse me. Well, North Korea can't get away with this shit. We have nuclear detections. When their fucking bay doors open, when they start powering up their nuclear rockets, we get notice over here. As soon as they start firing them up. So there is no surprise attack. I don't understand why they're lying so heavily and then saying that Iran is only that nation because Iran hates the United States and the United States could not get what they wanted out of Iran. Now, do I trust Iran? Absolutely not. I do not trust Iran. As far as I could throw Rosie O'Donnell, that's about as much as I trust Iran. But they're seemingly going to continue to lie to us about this bullshit. They would not need an ICBM to do it. They could get it on a ship or container, and detonate it in a part anywhere in America. Or, I'll tell you this, one enormous risk, they could put it on a satellite that is orbiting over us, say that the eastern seaboard, detonate a nuclear weapon, which would set off an EMP and take down the electrical grid. It is not as easy as that. Putting it on a satellite, he makes it sound like it's easy. That is not an easy task. That has somebody to have a space program to do that. That's number one. They can't. Iran is definitely going to fly up into space, attach this nuclear device, or have a vehicle go up there and attach this shit. It doesn't work that way. It is way more complex than he's making it sound. Well, and again, and that's because I did the research in this with space, like spacewalking and shit like that. It is way more complex. And watching Iranians in space is undoubtedly going to draw red flags. You're like, why is that Muslim dude in? Why? What is Iran doing in space? They're gonna put two and two together. Again, propaganda at its fucking finest, man. He also said that Iran's effort to build an intercontinental ballistic missile has only one goal: to attack America. Again, bullshit. Their goal would also be to attack Israel, France, and the UK, not just America. Do they have a reliable ICBM that can carry a nuclear weapon from Iran to Manhattan? Always fucking Manhattan. Probably not. Although they're trying to develop them, they have an ICBM program. And it's worth noting, you do not need an ICBM to get to Israel from Iran. A ballistic missile is sufficient. An intercontinental ballistic missile is designed to travel much further. 100% of the reason Iran has an ICBM program is to carry a nuclear warhead to America. Israel is not the target of their ICBM. What? America is, Cruz added. America is, added Cruz. Cruz is just a lying piece of shit. Cruz is a loud voice of support for Trump's backing of Israel and warning to Iran to make the nuclear deal. Several other MAGA conservatives, however, stand against U.S. involvement, notably Marjorie Taylor Greene. On his podcast, Cruz said the Republican conflict of Trump do not buy that stopping Iran is part of put America first. America first, which is Trump's agenda. America first means peace through strength, not stopping Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. So again, his America first is falling flat. It's falling flat. He's worried about Israel. Israel, guys, I said this in my midweek report today, I'll say it again. Israel has something on Trump. For Trump to be going in on this without being attacked or provoked, Israel has something on us. That's without a doubt. And this is only going to get worse if we get directly involved. Israel's strike on Iranian nuclear facility caused radioactive and chemical contamination. According to the International Atomic Energy Agency chief Rafael Grossi, Thursday strikes on Iranian nuclear facility caused a radioactive contamination or leak. Israel destroyed an above ground of the Nazan nuclear facility. There is no indication of damage to the underground enrichment facility at site, but the power outage may have affected the centrifuge. There is radioactive and chemical contamination at the site. The IAEA noted while the external radiation levels around Natanz did not increase because of the attack, internal contamination was detected. Again, big fucking to do. Early this week, the IAEA reported that Iran was not in compliance with the nuclear non-proliferation obligation. This report was released shortly before Israel's massive preemptive strike against the country. It wasn't a preemptive strike, it was an attack. Let's call it what it was. It was a fucking attack, and it was another fucking propaganda piece where they're telling us that Iran has these nuclear weapons. Now, do they want to make nuclear weapons? I don't know. After reading what I read today, I doubt it very much. They are under the microscope right now. Everything they do is being watched. So there is that. But only time can tell. That's the other problem. So this article is stating that if the United States strikes Iran, this could lead to Pandora's box in the Middle East. I think this is going to lead to Pandora's box worldwide. As I said, Iran is not as bad. Iran is a dictatorship. They're not a kosher country. The people might be, but the leadership isn't. The leadership is bad, just like our leadership is bad, and Russia and China and all of these people who want nothing but power. They want absolute power, guys. It's not about money for them. It's not about fuck. It's about controlling us and having absolute power. That's what it comes down to. It has nothing to do with anything else. It is not about our safety. It's not about our concern. It's not about our health. None of that shit matters. They only want total and utter control. Iranians don't want us putting our chosen leader over them. Whatever it is, it's all bullshit, man. The United States appear to be moving closer to joining the Israeli conflict in Iran with a possible strike on the country's key nuclear facilities, including Fordow fuel enrichment plant, which is hidden deep inside a mountain. All right. Days into Israel's attack on Iran and its nuclear program, Israel leaders are waiting to learn whether U.S. President Donald Trump will help finish the job. Trump is increasingly warming? Okay. I'm sorry, I couldn't fucking see that. Anyway, Trump is increasingly warming to using U.S. military assets to strike Iranian nuclear facilities and souring on the idea of a diplomatic solution to the crisis. Two officials familiar with the situation stated, or told CNN. I may do it, I may not do it. That is not a fucking answer. Imagine a president saying some dumbass shit like this. I may do it, I might not do it. I might do it tomorrow. I might do it next Wednesday. Just fucking say we are not involved. And I mean, nobody knows what I'm going to do. What kind of shit is that to address to the American people? He sounds like a fucking mild retard when he says shit like that. I can tell you this, that Iran's got a lot of trouble and they want to negotiate. And I said, why didn't you negotiate with me before all of this death and destruction? Trump told reporters at the White House today. That was earlier today. Iran experts warned that the U.S. attack on Iran could draw it into a quagmire even more challenging than the war in Iraq and Afghanistan. A drawn-out confrontation that could last the duration of Trump's presidency and exact a heavy toll on American lives and resources at Israel's behest. An attack by the U.S. will lead to full-scale attack by the Iranian against U.S. bases in the region and a full-scale war between the U.S. and Iran. This is from Trita Paris, an executive vice president of the Quincy Institute in Washington, D.C. Tehran may not be able to sustain a long fight with us, but it won't be an easy war for Washington either, he said. Iran is a very large country, which means there would be a large number of targets the United States would have to hit to take out Iran's ability to strike back. Noting that this would be happening Parsi said, noting that this would be happening when there isn't widespread support for the war with Iran in Trump's own camp. Trump's camp, as we speak, is splitting in half. The MAGA movement is splitting like you wouldn't believe. Bonnie, it's not about not discussing military tactics or war plans with the press. It's how you say it. He's a grown-ass man, and he sounds like an asshole when he says, I may do it, I might not do it, nobody knows what I'm thinking. What kind of fucking response is that? That's an asshole response. Be like, I can't discuss what the plans are, but if we move forward, we will address the nation. That's a response. Not, maybe if I flip a coin. Like, who the fuck says shit like that? Again, guys, you got to get out of fucking Trump's ass. Anybody who, I get it that, he's a better president than what we've had the last 4 years. I get it. But stop crawling up these people's asses because they are not for us. I don't know how many times I got to say it. Trump getting involved in this war makes no fucking sense. Zero. So he's not doing it for the betterment of the human race or the American people. He's doing it because Israel has got a thumb on his neck. They have to, because there's no other reason why he would be getting involved. Now, if they attack a military base, by all means, have the fuck at it. But they haven't done that yet, and they're not going to do that because they know if they do that, guess what's going to happen? We're going to get up their ass with fucking all kinds of weapons and dudes and chicks with guns and bayonets. And it's going to get ugly. But until it gets to that point, there is no reason for us to step into the ring at all. A U.S. strike on Iran would open up a Pandora's box situation and most likely consume the rest of the President Trump's presidency. Once you open up this Pandora's box, we have no idea where things are going to go. Trump has, and in the past, stepped back from the brink of war with Iran and has the ability to do so again. Yeah, I don't believe that. I mean, yeah, he does have the ability, but answering the way you answered, Bonnie, there is no element. Oh my God, why? There is no element of surprise, not at all. Everybody knows what's about to happen next. It's not a surprise. Iranian officials, they also have gear and technology to detect what's going on. It is not a surprise. I wish you people would stop fucking believing the bullshit that these people are selling you. Because nothing is a surprise. Trump is warning them that something is going to happen. It's not a surprise. I mean, shit, I'm not even fucking surprised at this point. At anything that goes on. The Iranian strategy may end up being just to try to sustain themselves, strike back as much as they can, and hope that Trump eventually tries to cut the war short, as he did in Yemen. After a month of strikes in Yemen, Iran-backed Houthi rebels, the U.S. in May, struck a ceasefire deal with the group. You know, I don't think we're going to see that fucking deal, dude. But not the end of a nuclear program. In the Persian language posted directly at, I don't know why I'm fucking, sorry. Okay, in a Persian language posted directed at Trump on X, former Iranian nuclear negotiator Hussein Mousavian, who now lives in New Jersey, called on the president to be the president of peace, warning that a strike on Fordow would be both fruitless, as Iran has probably moved some of their advanced centrifuges to another location, and likely to push Iran to seek a nuclear bomb, if they're not already. But, yeah, again, we all know what's about to happen. And he's giving everybody a step-by-step, but he's not talking to the media about what he's going to do. We know what the fuck he's going to do. It's not a big surprise, man. Not a big surprise. But you guys really got to get off Trump's dick. It's enough already. Enough with the Trump dickery or the Elon Musk dickery or the Putin fucking dickery. Enough already with this bullshit. These people are part of a fucking plan to destroy us. That's who they are. They're not for us. I don't understand I don't understand why people don't understand that. Johnny 308, exactly. That's exactly my point. The Trump supporters are fucking, Trump supporters are acting like Biden supporters right now. They're making excuses for why he's getting involved. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Seriously. Our ignorance is their key. Raven, good fucking comment. I like that comment. That is one of the most truest comments I've ever heard. Our ignorance is their key. Our ignorance is their future, and that's how they manipulate us with our ignorance. And we are showing them. We are showing them on a fucking daily basis how stupid we are. Anytime Trump does something, they're like, he's the man. Stop sucking his dick. He's a politician. Seriously, enough already. It's like a fucking, like a bukkake party or some shit with you guys and fucking Trump and Elon Musk and fucking Biden and oh my God, like stop. Enough already. It's fucking it's so asininely stupid to look at these people as fucking heroes. It really is, man. Now, Trump could end all of this tomorrow. But he's not going to. Because whatever bullshit Israel has on Trump, that is why he's not fucking pushing it. Because I'd be like, yo, I would have told Israel, we're not stepping in. You guys are on your own. You wanted to set this shit off? Finish it. I'm in no way, shape, or form getting involved with whatever fucking, has to do. Not at all. If fucking Israel and Iran want to go at it, let them go at it. Let them wipe each other off the fucking planet. I do not give a fuck. I can care less. I couldn't care less, excuse me. Bread and circus. Yeah, Orion preparedness, exactly. Bread and circuses. That's all it says, man. That's all it says. All the back and forth and the fucking... Holy shit, man. You only vote for your favorite crook. Yeah, I mean, I voted for Trump, but I didn't think he was going to get this fucking, this out of hand. And granted, it's not his fault, I mean, could he stop it? Yeah. But is it his fault? No. Suze, everybody, a lot of people in the MAGA party keep bringing that point up. They keep bringing up the point that he ran on no new wars, and look what he's doing. Again, he's doing this because Israel has something on him. That is the only conclusion I can come to. Because he's like, no new wars, and then Israel starts bombing the shit out of fucking Iran, and he's like, you know what, guys, we might have to back them up now. Why? Because they got a picture of you fucking diddling some kid or some shit like that, banging a chick, or fucking banging a dude, like something bad out there from Trump, or information, or a picture of Trump, or a video, for him to be fucking folding to Israel like this. Israel attacked Iran right during the peace talks on purpose. Listen, man, it's all bullshit. Candace Owen left too. Well, a lot of people are absolutely splitting from the MAGA party right now over this shit. So, listen, I mean, I said before, and I'll say it again, we were going to see a different Trump. I told you guys this. Even before I voted for him, I knew we were going to see a different Trump, but I said, this is me talking shit. And now here we are. We're seeing a different Trump, a different dude that's willing to put us in fucking danger. He's going to put, not the whole world, but he's definitely putting us in danger. That's without a doubt. But Democrats are tired of the bullshit too. And then you got Democrats like Jimmy Kimmel, that piece of shit. Every time Jimmy Kimmel talks, opens his mouth, I want to kick him. Jimmy Kimmel has the most punchable face on TV. Right outside of that girl from fucking The Last of Us. Right? She was in Game of Thrones, that little girl. Bella, whatever her name is. That bitch has had a punchable face. If I ever met a woman that had a punchable face, it was that bitch. But Jimmy Kimmel, he's another dude that has a punchable face. He actually has a kickable face, but that's a different story. Yeah, every time he talks, he's like, Trump this and Trump that. Shut the fuck up, dude. You're a fucking pussy. Ever since I saw Jimmy Kimmel cry because, was it Harambe? Or the lion in fucking Mozambique, or wherever it was, that was hunted and killed? He cried on national TV. I'm pretty sure it was Harambe. The ape that was killed. I'm gonna be a dad. Yeah, the potato girl. Yeah, fuck that bitch. She's another one. She's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a dad. Bitch, you can't be a dad. And he's annoying and zesty. Yeah, I think he's got some sugar in his tank. That's for sure. But yo, he's just, every time he talks, he's just like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like everything, whatever. He's crying on national TV over ape. Maybe it was the lion. It might have been the lion. Remember when the lion got fucking when the lion got killed? It was the lion's name was like Harold or some shit like that, and it was like, he wandered into the wrong gaming area, and the hunter shot him, and then all of a sudden it was pandemonium on the internet over this guy that shot the lion, and Jimmy Kimmel was sitting there crying. And that lion was just minding his business. Really? Minding his business? It was fucking... pussies of the world. The vaginosis is fucking strong, man. I can't anymore. It's funny because, people are like, yo, why are you always on? And I'm like, what do you mean why I'm always on? You're always amped up and fucking, like no shit, no holds bar kind of. Because I'm like, because that's how I was raised. That's how men are supposed to be. Now I'm supposed to fucking turn down my manism because fucking dudes are like, you're always on. Why are you always fucking? Because we're supposed to be on, man. We're supposed to be fucking on. We're supposed to always get it done. You're supposed to jump off at any given notice. Punch a dude in the face for fucking saying the wrong thing to you, or kick a girl in the vagina for fucking looking at you the wrong way. Whatever the fuck it is, you're supposed to be on. That's what dudes do. And then guys are like, ah, that's just too much. Then go get your fucking tampons, man. Like, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Like, it's bizarre to me that people tell me that you don't have to be on all the time. Grab your fucking tampons and your fucking, what you call it, man, your maxi pad while you're fucking at it. Jesus Christ. I've never heard of such fucking homo street. It's fucking insane. But, and listen, man, there's some days, like the other day, this chick was like, she cut me off and she gave me the finger and she was like, fuck you, you piece of shit. And I just looked at her like, why, lady? I mean, like, I'm not going to get out of my car for that bullshit, But you just learn how to, like, separate shit. But some days, man, you got to be able to fucking jump off. You got to jump in action. And it might not even be fighting. You might see an accident. You got to jump into action. You can't, like, wait a minute, let me pull my tampon out so I can jump into action now. Let me put my fucking tampon gloves on. Like guys are working out, they're wearing gloves. Where are your gloves? Next to my wife's tampons. I don't wear fucking gloves when I lift. Who wears gloves when they lift weights? Oh, gay dudes and chicks. I never wear fucking gloves. Why my hands have calluses on them? That's how it's supposed to be. After listening in. Listen, man. It's just the way society's going. Again, you got Jimmy Kimmel and shit like that, crying and carrying on and being a bitch. You're like, what the fuck, dude? So, real quick, this last part I wanna read. I'm going to read this last part. I forgot about it. I got 2 minutes to clear it up. Potential radioactive fallout. Israel's relentless bombing of Iran and its nuclear facilities has raised regional concerns about potential radioactive fallout, which could spread far beyond Iran's border should a nuclear plant be struck. Iran has only one nuclear power plant located in the southern eastern city of Bushehr, and Israel has not targeted it. Bombing Fordow wouldn't create the same risk as bombing a nuclear reactor, two experts told CNN. Scott Roker, the vice president of nuclear materials security at the Nuclear Threat Initiative, said that there wouldn't be a major radiation dispersal risk from Fordow because that enrichment uranium is fresh, as we call it in the industry. Okay. I think they're lying to us, but all right. It's not been run through a reactor, so you wouldn't have a radiation spread out over a large area like you would, for example, if the bomb would hit Bushehr, an operational nuclear power plant that would result in the dispersal of a lot of radiation. It would be localized around the site, and because it's buried underground too, I don't know how much of that would even be released into the air. So basically, guys, they're just telling us that Israel is bombing, and if Israel hits this nuclear power plant, then Benjamin Netanyahu needs to be dealt with swiftly, if it does happen. But outside of this shit, it does sound like a mix of bullshit too. Sounds like they're lying to us. Well, if they hit, it's not going to spread as bad because it's partially underground. They're trying to make an excuse just in case Israel hits it, or they're making it for the case of Israel hitting it. Either way, this ain't looking that good. Other than that, guys, I am going to go off the air now, switch over to the Angry Truth channel. We're going to talk about something that they knew about. And this is a medical company knew about what is happening now with the arm ticket and what people are getting. They knew about it so much they switched gears and bought a cancer treatment facility or company that makes the drug. Going to talk about that tonight for about 15 to 20 minutes. I will see the rest of you guys probably Friday night for another double header. Obviously, if I'm not glowing in the dark yet, I will see you guys Friday. For the rest of you, I'll see some of you in 4 minutes on the Angry Truth channel. Other than that, man, thank you and appreciate it.